Hello, it's Mike Rhyner of Your Dark Companion here, wanting to thank you all for joining us on patreon.com throughout the year, or that portion of the year that we've been doing this. Also, don't forget to check out the Sunset Lounge. There you can find podcasts such as The Clubhouse. The Clubhouse is your one-stop shop for all things sports, pop culture, entertainment, pro wrestling. Who knows what else these guys might get into. I love these guys. They're great. Since 2010, they brought their knowledge and passion for these subjects and so much more to the internet in a way that is entertaining and engaging. Their show is family friendly, so it's okay to sit down with grandma and be a part of all their shenanigans. They are The Clubhouse. They're at the Sunset Lounge.
Nobody would have thought that I would be the one. Rhyner, sports talk. Baseball, 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 baseball.
Oh, with the big mic. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Okay, now I get it.
Isn't that a lightning strike, boys? What happened over there, Grego? We had a little lightning strike right outside the window.
All right. Here's a tip for all these Americano League teams.
Wait, you said tip.
Yeah, tip.
Okay.
With a P.
Keep jamming.
The ticket, colon, nothing but a big Gen X jerk-off sake.
This is a cool night or what?
Although somebody would hear that and go, bullshit.
I'm back, bitches.
Hello, everybody. It's another episode of Your Dark Companion. Episode 107 on the 28th of April, to be exact. Welcome in. I would be Mike Rhyner. The crew is here with me. Shoopy, Ashley, Mickey, Becca, all the rest. And other than that, there's nothing really extraordinary going on around here today, is there? Is there?
I don't know. It's a nice day or something out.
I think you and Groups look so nice today.
No, everything's normal though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just as normal as it can be. I mean, just like it always is, right?
Why is everybody acting weird?
Well, the reason everybody's acting weird and the reason why we are gussied up the way we are is because, and I can't believe I'm saying this, because I can't believe it's been this long. 50 years ago, the album Red-Headed Stranger by Willie Nelson was released. It was recorded in Garland, and this weekend, they're going to be throwing down out there to commemorate this. What? A couple of weeks? Oh, for a couple of weeks?
Yeah. In a couple of weeks.
Okay, in a couple of weeks, they're going to be throwing down out there to commemorate the occasion of the Red-Headed Stranger. Now, I remember when that was being recorded, and back then, making records was not something you could do at your house. It was a major undertaking, and only major acts and artists got to do it. And most of the time, that did not happen around here, even though we had several places around it back then that were very well qualified to handle recording somebody's album and getting it out and everything like that. But out there in Garland, they get things done. And if you don't believe it, just go out there and take a look around downtown Garland. Today we have the Cultural Arts Director of the City of Garland, Amy Rosenthal, with us.
Yay.
To talk about all of these things, the City of Garland and what they're going to be doing to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Red-Headed Stranger this coming weekend. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I keep getting it confused. I keep thinking it's this weekend. And okay, so the 16th and 17th of the month is when this is coming down. You guys got well out of the ahead of the curve on this.
That's right. Well, actually, we've always got something going on in downtown Garland. So, I mean, we can talk about this weekend, too, a little bit. But first, I have to say, I like your hair.
I like it, too.
Thank you.
But I'm going to take it off right now.
No.
I can't sit through the whole thing like this.
And that's why we got the picture first.
That's right. That's right. Well, okay. I guess if you're losing your braids, I'll lose mine too. So, okay.
No.
I'm keeping mine. I'm riding this bull the whole way through.
Well, he is kind of the redheaded
I was gonna say.
stranger, right?
Yes.
I mean, it kind of goes. So
It fits him. It doesn't fit me. But Ever the Renegade, he will ride it out through the show like that. So
Damn right.
you be you, Shoopy.
I'm going to commit to the bit.
Got to commit to the bit.
yeah.
But not too long ago, I found myself, I can't remember exactly why. I think maybe it was to pay off a ticket or get one of my many wayward cousins out of jail or some such. But I found myself in downtown Garland. Now, I went down there not knowing too much, not knowing anything about what I was in store for.
Yeah.
And expectations were low, to say the least. But I got down there and took a look at the square, and almost right away I was just going, man, they
Yeah.
got some stuff going on down here.
That's right. That's right. So, well, Garland, the great city of Garland, dates back to about 1890s. And Garland is one of those few Texas towns that actually has a square.
Yes.
Right? One of those historical, fantastic, old-timey, gives you a hometown feel square.
Yeah, and for those who may not know the origin of this, I'm sorry to interrupt here, but I just feel the need to interject this because there are a lot of people out there watching the podcast who don't know about this. But back in the day, many, many years ago, all the small towns had a square. And if you needed something, you went down to the town square to get it because that's where every bit of whatever minuscule business the town might have had
Yeah.
went on down there.
That's right. Your bank was there. Your grocery store, the undertaker was on the square.
Yes.
Your hardware store. So everything you needed was right on that square. And so, again, Garland, kind of an independent community. And then, during World War II, we had a few military manufacturing companies come to Garland. It became a really great place to bring your family. And then Garland really boomed in the 50s and 60s and 70s and then kind of went to sleep for a little bit. And so about 2 years ago, we redid, about a year and a half or so ago, we redid the whole downtown square. There's a beautiful green space in the center. There's an area to play with kids. And we've got new businesses coming in. We've got some really great restaurants. And we have fantastic entertainment. We've got the old Plaza Theater on the downtown square. You've been to our film festival with
have.
Kelly Kitchens. That's
I have.
right. And we also have our Granville Arts Center. And so this is where we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of The Redheaded Stranger, recorded in Garland, Texas.
And if you have not been down there to see what's going on down there, great things are. I mean, she is not exaggerating in the least here. If you don't, if you can't understand the concept of the town square in Texas, go down there and check it out because everything any town square ever was is pretty much there for you.
Yeah, no, thank you. We appreciate that. It's a place where people have been gathering for over 100 years, and it really, those authentic Texas downtowns, there's something to it. And we've worked really hard, and we're working hard to get people to Garland. So, a lot of people don't know that The Redheaded Stranger was recorded in Garland, Texas, 1975, at a little recording studio called Autumn Sounds. And, Willie showed up and kind of made music history. I mean, really, country music hasn't been the same since the recording of this album.
That was really one of his, I don't know, maybe the seminal work
Yes.
of his entire catalog.
Yes.
And when you consider Willie Nelson's catalog goes way, way back into the 50s, maybe even a little bit before that. That's saying something.
That is. This marks a pivotal point in Willie's career. You know, he transforms from kind of the struggling songwriter into the Willie that we know today with the braids, you know, that sound. This was the album that did it. And it's had such an impact on country music. I mean, this is the album, when you talk to artists, it's this album that really, it was a concept album. I mean, it kind of blew everybody away. It's very stripped down, you know, there was a guitar player, harmonica with Mickey Raphael, you know, and when the execs got it, they kind of said, what? We think this is a demo. And they were like, not sure that this was really a finished product, but it was transformational.
Yeah. And Willie does what Willie wants to do.
Yes, he does.
Always has, always will.
That's right.
And if some of the muckety mucks don't like it, too bad.
Yeah, that's right.
He's supposed to deliver product. This is the product he's going to deliver. Take it or leave it.
That's right. That's right. It's that kind of independent Texas. Like, this is the album that really made him the iconic Willie Nelson that we love. But you know what? Besides the concert, okay, so we've got this great concert where we're going to recreate the album from start to finish with Ray Benson, Rhett Miller, Joshua Ray Walker, Max and Heather Stallings. John Pettigo is leading the band. Matt Hillier will be there on guitar. I mean, it's going to be fantastic music, but we're also showing the movie.
That's going to be a wingding.
That will be a wingding. And the lovely Miss Morgan Fairchild will be there with us.
All right.
Pretty fun, huh? So, yeah.
That is pretty fun. That sounds like something that you just got to go see.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like Friday, so we kick it off on the screen. So we're kind of going from screen to stage, right? So Friday night, we kick off with Morgan Fairchild and a panel discussion. Michael Granberry will be there. You know, he's author, retired Dallas Morning News writer. Jonik Potosky, who's a great author, music guy in himself. He actually has written a really fantastic biography about Willie. Morgan Fairchild. And then we're going to have this great discussion, kind of talking a little bit about the history, and then we're going to go into the movie. So that's Friday night. Then Saturday, it's like all day we have stuff going on. We've got tours of the recording studio, so you can get on a little bus and go to the recording studio and get to see the magic, get to see where it all happened. Now the studio is Audio Dallas. We have live music going on all over the square. Fortunate Son is going to have a little live music, Intrinsic Brewing, and we have Dead Wax Records in downtown Garland now too. So you've got live music, and then we're going to go into that concert on Saturday night.
And on the square, you will be able to check out the tunage of Nathan Mongo Wells.
That's right.
Remy Riley, David Forsyth, Doug Burr, Frankie Leone, and Jackson and Levi Scribner.
That's right.
It's going to be a big music event.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we have a range of experiences. You know, if you want to enjoy that free music with some great food and friends, you can do that. And then we also have the show that night, you know, with Ray and Rhett and Joshua Ray Walker, Max and Heather. But we're also going to have a few artifacts from the Whitliff collection. So in San Marcos, there is the Whitliff collection. Bill Whitliff was the director of the movie of Red-Headed Stranger, and involved in all kinds of other Texas initiatives. And there's some memorabilia that's coming up. So, plus, we have the bus. We have the Red-Headed Stranger bus as well, too. It'll be on the square. You can get inside, check it out, you know.
The bus is in the tour bus, or?
Like the tour bus, yeah. So Willie had kind of a fleet of buses. Honeysuckle Rose is probably the most famous bus.
Yeah.
But he also had a bus called Red-Headed Stranger as well, too. And the bus will be in downtown Garland for photo ops.
Damn.
This is not to be missed, clearly.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Well, once again, it brings us back to what we were talking about a little while ago. It seems like there is nothing the city of Garland thinks it can't do.
Oh, well, that's right. Exactly. Bring it, right? Yeah. So, hey, come on. So, okay, so Garland, Texas,
Garland, yes,
is also
Garland.
the hat capital cowboy hat capital of Texas. If you have a Stetson or a Resistol, it was made in Garland. Yes.
Did not know that.
Look at that. I know.
Learn something every day.
Every day. Yeah. No. Garland's a really terrific community. And, a lot of, I think people have maybe the wrong idea about Garland, or I don't know, maybe thought Garland was like, maybe not worth it. It is worth it.
They probably had no idea at all about it, like I had,
right,
until I happened along down out there that day.
That's right. And so it's kind of like, we're kind of like East Dallas, just kind of a little bit farther than East Dallas. It's real easy to get into Garland. So
easy to get into and easy to stay, easy to hang for a while too.
Yeah.
Because you do have your options once you go down there. And in this world where we live today, it's all about options.
It is.
You gotta have them.
Yeah, for sure. But I think, the thing that Garland has, there's so much to do. In Dallas-Fort Worth, you can do anything, right? I mean, 20 minutes anywhere. But to have those kind of authentic downtown experiences, where you've got buildings that date back to the 1900s and all the way through the 1950s, I mean, it just gives you a sense of place, right? It just makes you feel like this place has history. So pretty special.
That's the vibe you get when you're down there on the square. Like this has been here for a while. It may not have always been like this, but it's been here for a while, and there are people in this city who give a damn about it.
That's right. That's right.
And have put effort and money and whatever else it might take to rejuvenate it. Because, as I was saying a little while ago, a lot of towns like Garland, if they have a town square at all, they've just let it go.
Yeah. Well, it's so interesting when you think about like developments of, when the highway comes into a place, typically your businesses leave and go toward the highway. And then you also think about too, just, big box. I mean, some of those smaller, independent, locally owned guys, it was harder to keep up with some of the big boxes. So I would say that's another amazing thing about our downtown, is that we do have those kind of locally, independently owned businesses. And when you are involved with a local person, that's like your neighbor, right? You're helping support your community, and your money actually stays in your community when you're shopping at those local businesses. So,
sometimes city politics can get a little bit mixed up. There are a lot of different agendas. One guy wants this for one area, another guy wants this for another area. Garland seems to be everybody on the same page pretty much.
We're working hard.
That's the vibe anyway.
Yeah, they're a great group of community leaders and volunteers and, public servants that are really committed to making their community better. There is a lot of spirit in Garland, for sure.
Do you think they find it hard to keep everybody focused in that same direction? Because it seems now like it seems like a place where everybody realizes what they've got and how special and how unique it is, and how you can go to any of these other suburbs like Irving or somewhere like that. No knock on Irving or anything.
Knock on Irving.
But they don't have that there.
No, you're right. I mean, it is. So we are. We're what you call an inner ring suburb. Okay, so
yes.
I mean, you
bump up against the city.
You do, and then people push out farther and farther. Sometimes it used to be your dollar would go a little bit farther the farther you were out you lived, right, for a house. But these inner ring suburbs, I think we're all on the same page about where Garland is going. But I think for a while, Garland just was not on people's radar, or people had a wrong image about Garland. Mm-hmm. And I think it's us trying to get the word out about what's happening, and that they're, it's a pretty modest community. It's a really diverse community, but there is really something for everybody. And there's kind of this underdog spirit of Garland that is just, that I really love myself. So.
Well, we'll help you here on Your Dark Companion. Yeah. We are bullish on Garland, for sure.
Yes,
we approve.
Yes, there is no doubt about it. It's just amazing, like I say, differing agendas that everybody has and everybody's pulled together, it seems like.
Yeah.
And that's just been I mean, for you on the inside, that just must be amazing to see.
Oh, for sure. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity for folks like y'all to help champion what's going on in Garland. You know, there are two things that bring people to a place, and that's art and entertainment and food. So, you know, that's Garland has got some arts and entertainment happening and some great places to eat, you know. So if we can really let folks know, they will travel to Garland to eat and maybe watch a show.
It checks the boxes, folks.
Yeah.
If you haven't been, then you need to get yourself over there to it and see what's going on down there. Because, like I say, I was shocked. I couldn't have been more shocked that. And this was, you know, probably before any of the real stuff kicked in, you know?
Yeah. And it's still happening right now. I mean, we're still in development. So a lot of cool things that are kind of in the works that we can't quite talk about today, but we'll look forward to sharing with you later.
That's
What
a
is it-
tease.
What has it been like? What's it been like putting the show together?
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, we have the most amazing team, Mike. So I have to kind of give a few shout outs here on this. Okay.
Go
So
ahead.
we had our Garland Cultural Arts Commissioner. There is a gentleman named Chip Van Pelt, who's a big Garland guy himself, you know, loves Garland. And he was like, you know, we really got to do something to celebrate the 50th anniversary. And so this was kind of Chip's brainchild. And then we talked to our good friend Eric Nadell. Right?
Oh,
Eric
yes.
loves live music. He just is so connected and such a champion of live music. And he says, you know what? I got a guy you got to talk to, Jeff Ryan. And so Jeff is a drummer. He used to drum with St. Vincent and Sarah Jaffe. I mean, he's super connected into the music scene. So Jeff came in as our creative director and really curated these, you know, artists to be together. So when you see that show for that Redheaded Stranger, that concert that night, to hear Ray Benson, you know, sing some of these songs alongside Rhett Miller and Joshua Ray Walker and Max and Heather Stallings. I mean, it's such a varied variety of voices. It's really cool. And so Jeff has worked really hard to put that together. Of course, we have Maureen, the press machine. So we've got Rabbit Hat Promotions that is working with us to help champion, you know, to help tell everybody about what's going on. So just a really incredible group of folks to help make a super unforgettable night of music.
And these guys are not only going to be playing music, they're going to be telling stories
That's right.
about the record and how it impacted their career and their
bet.
vision of their own music and stuff.
You bet. So, you know, Ray and Willie are like best friends. So the reason why Ray Benson is in Texas, you know, Ray's Asleep at the Wheel. He's the lead singer for Asleep at the Wheel,
Right.
is because of Willie Nelson. So he's going to share just a little bit about his relationship with Willie. Then we have this other amazingly cool connection. Joshua Ray Walker, his uncle is Phil York. And Phil is the guy that actually produced Redheaded Stranger. So there's some really cool connections to this, and you'll get to hear from those guys, to how the music influenced them and touched them, and it's pretty amazing.
This is Amy Rosenthal of the city of Garland. I'm stopping down to make mention and reset, if you will, because it is time for the dreaded mid-show read. What if, now we're just speculating here, but what if I told you could free yourself of pain, anxiety, and sleepless nights? And what if you could do it naturally? Well, CBD House of Healing, a women-owned CBD boutique, can help, and they would like to help. They carry only products from their lab. They are made to meet the highest quality and purity standards. Their owner, who's also an RN, emphasizes building trusted relationships through education. In other words, you go in there to take a look around. They're not just going to hand you something, take your money, and send you out the door. No. They're going to tell you what you're getting, what it's going to be like, what you can expect, what it can do for you. They're going to give you the knowledge to care for yourself. That's their ultimate goal. Find your relief from aches and pains and the emotional stress and drain and sleep again. Go to cbddallas.com to check it out. They're at 8550 Plano Road, Suite 101, Begin your healing at the House of Healing.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yes, there is more. There's always more. This Thursday, the 2nd of May, we're going to be hanging with Bowling for Soup.
Hell yeah.
A fun little band from Denton. You can too. Go to ridersbaseball.com/specials and use the code Let's Ride 25 to access your ticket. Preloaded with $6 toward your first Thursday drink, or use at concessions. Join us for a drink at the Bull Moose Saloon as the game begins. Then you can spot us in the lazy river, the stands, maybe just wandering around the crowd. That's every Thirsty Thursday home game. Thirsty Thursdays, quench your thirst on Thirsty Thursdays with YDC and the Sunset Lounge and the Frisco Rough Riders.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so. Yeah, that one's for later. Yeah, that's your mid-show read.
We survived it.
Yes, we did survive it. Yeah.
I thought I needed to put on the braids for that one.
It kind of worked out for the first sponsor.
Yeah, it did. That's right.
Somehow we made it through that.
Mm-hmm.
Some way, somehow.
We nailed it.
So, what is the process of getting all the artists together been like?
Yeah, well, artists, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, actually, Mike, we've been working on this since last July. I mean, there has been a lot of, behind the scenes, kind of getting everybody's schedule lined up. A lot of everybody. I mean, the folks are having to learn new songs. I mean, this has been a pretty big initiative. So, I'm also thrilled that we have John Pettigo with us, right? He's a great musician, producer in town, and he's really...
And he has sat in that chair before.
Mm-hmm.
This is
We're a big fan of John.
Pretty fine chair, right? A pretty special
He
chair.
actually sat in the other chair, but same
He was in
concept.
that same space. That square foot or so.
Did you bring in new chairs for me today, Mike?
No.
Yeah. We had Taylor Young on as well. So it's a whole thing.
Well, there's nobody better to get a bunch of guys together and shape them up and get them ready for this gig than John.
That's right. He's been working hard, and it was kind of cool. I got to sit in just a little bit as John and Jeff were listening to the album and, kind of picking it apart and saying, okay, well, we need this guy here, and we need a little bit of harmonica there. And so that artistic process has been pretty fun, because these guys, of course, I mean, they're doing somebody else's work, right? And they're doing this big, legendary, iconic album. So, there's a lot of pressure.
And of course, Mickey Raphael, you mentioned him.
Yes.
He's been a staple of Willie's scene for years, and I've been seeing that guy play since the very late 60s and early 70s. And I can't think of a harmonica player around here that I've ever seen that's anything like him.
No, he is unbelievable. In fact, he is still touring with Willie. We've been talking just a little bit to Mickey. I think Michael Granberry is going to have a taped interview with Mickey that we'll share on that Friday night. But he's just gifted. I mean, he's magical, I mean, you think of harmonica and you're like, but this, Mickey's harmonica is amazing, so.
Yeah, I'm sure the band will be tremendous out there. But, when you think of Willie, you think of a guy who almost single-handedly, at a certain point in time, repositioned country music.
That's right.
Because I know back then when I was in the 60s and 70s, I wanted no part of it. It just wasn't cool. And then the 70s rolled out a little bit, and in the mid-70s, all of a sudden, here was Willie Nelson, who I'd seen on TV before, wearing a nice coat and tie with his hair slicked back and everything, and singing the very songs that he still does right now. But it was just a real straight, real confined, stay within your box kind of situation.
That's
and
right.
then Willie was the one who broke that mold And once the mold was broke, there was no going back, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's this album that we see that Willie come to life, you know. I mean, just as you said, Mike, you know, before this album, he was this kind of howdy doody kind of, you know, I mean, just had a completely different, not the Willie that we, you know, not the legend Willie that we know today. So
yeah. It was just like, I mean, like I say, it's just like he broke out of the box. And once he did, apparently there were a number of others who were feeling the same way about the state of country music and what they were having to do to, you know, work and get gigs and stuff like that. And once Willie broke the mold, they were ready to go with him.
Yep.
And that's, I mean, to me, that's as big a part of his legend as anything.
For sure, that lasting impact. And that's what we're celebrating too with this 50th anniversary. It's, you know, some folks have said, well, why wouldn't you want to have Willie here to do this? And of course, that would be amazing to have, you know, Mr. Nelson in person to recreate this. But I think the really cool thing about this is that it translates it. You get to see how this music has impacted other artists.
Yeah.
And again, when you look at Ray, who's kind of a peer of Willie, and Rhett, who's my generation, and then you think about, you know, Joshua Ray Walker, who's kind of this next generation of country artists, musics, and just to hear their take on this, you know, 50-year-old album it's really cool.
It's going to be something to see because I guarantee you everybody on the bill that night, all the guys who are performing are going to take this very seriously.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, they're going to feel very, very honored to be asked to do this.
Absolutely.
And they will, I promise you, because I've been a part of things like this myself a couple times, and once you're asked to do something like this, you know the A game better be there.
That's right. And it's a one time only. You know, see, that's the other magical thing about this event. It's not like we're going to go on tour and do this in a couple different cities. It is one night in Garland, Texas. And to be there live, to have those live musicians performing to a live audience. Where's your ticket? We got to get everybody a ticket, right? I mean, come on. So it's pretty cool.
We'll get to tickets and stuff like that in just a bit. There's one more thing I want to touch on, though.
Yes, sir.
And that is the memorabilia exhibit that's going to be there, too.
Yes. The memorabilia, the Whitliff collection. So this is coming from Texas State University. There's the Whitliff collection. And it's going to be a little bit of a surprise. Actually, it may even be a little bit of a surprise to me. We know there are a lot of artifacts that are in the Whitliff collection, but I have heard we may have a few hats. We may have a few things from the movie. We may have some sheet music. So come actually see some of this great original memorabilia and artifacts before the show.
And the honeysuckle rose will be on hand, too.
Well, the honeysuckle rose is Willie's, like, the famous bus. So we've had a couple of little updates here since I've sent some information over, but it's going to be the Redheaded Stranger bus, and it's been on tour, and you know, I mean, it's a tour bus, so it's probably got all that kind of special tour ambiance, you know, all that magical romantic tour.
All that vibe.
Yes, all that vibe. So, yeah.
Well, tickets to the screening are available for $15? Is that right?
So there's a whole range of experiences. So we have free music on Saturday, you know, down at the different eateries. We also have movie tickets are $15 each. The tour studios tickets are $10, and then the concert that night range from $75 to $95. Our VIPs are already gone for Saturday night.
All right. This is going to be one special night.
Yes, it is.
This is going to be one groovy scene. We would highly recommend that you do whatever you have to do to get tickets and be down there and see it. Oh, yes, I will be there.
Yes, you will.
Darn right I will. Well, Amy Rosenthal, we appreciate you coming by here today to tell us about this.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm really excited to be on your Dark Companion. This is so cool. My husband is so jealous, by the way. He's like, oh my gosh. So I can't wait to see it and to hear it. So thank you so much, Mike.
Well, you can tell him he's really not all that.
Yeah, okay.
She asked Amy, though, because she is a SAG member.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not any. Yeah, just eligible. Just eligible.
But you've done some voice acting and stuff like
I
that?
have, yeah.
Nice.
No, well, it's good to be at least eligible.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
And you remember, you can find all episodes on our Patreon page. You can also find us on YouTube, Spotify. So listen, follow, share us on your social media. That means everything to those of us who swim in the waters of the podcast. And while we're at it, if you're feeling what we're throwing down, how about a nice review? If you're by the channel on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you can help others find us by leaving a review. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you dug it today. We will be back very, very soon with more. Bye.
All right. I'm gonna go take my pants off.
Your Dark Companion is a Stolen Water Media presentation.